What is up, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new featured Archetype video. Yes, the setting looks very similar to last time, but that means I literally just recorded the Dark Lord featured Archetype probably about 10 minutes ago. But we're going to be continuing on with our next Archetype that we're going to be covering here, which is, if I can just move this over here so you guys can see it a little better. Hopefully you can. Again, we're upgrading the quality a little bit. Hopefully you're watching in crisp 60 FPS. But anyways, there is a lot of stuff. I know last time I was complaining about how many cards there were in the Dark Lord archetype. Most of them were irrelevant. But here we have a whole bunch of Abyss Actor monsters going from here to here. 9 monsters, 5 spells, and a trap to cover. I think one of maybe the largest featured archetypes we've done, but that's fine. I really absolutely know nothing about this archetype, so we're all going to be taking a dive into this archetype together. So if you guys enjoy, without further ado, we'll get started. We got Abyss Actor, Evil Heal, scale level 1. Once per turn, his Pendulum effect is once per turn you can tribute one Abyss Actor monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls that loses attack equal to the original attack of the tributed monster until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So we can quick tribute a monster on your side of the field, an Abyss Actor, and then you can basically make one of those monsters on your opponent's side of the field lose that much attack. This one's got 3,000 attack, so I'd say that's pretty relevant. So most of these have pretty decent attack stats: 2,500, 17, 16, 1,500, 1,000, 700, 300, 800. Okay, maybe not. It's actually only going to be worth it if you contribute off maybe an Evil Heal, a Superstar, or a Sassy Rookie. Some of the names on these are actually kind of, I don't know, but. And the monster effect is if this card is normal or special summoned, so preferably going to be special summoned because it is a pendulum deck. Actually, I don't know if this one can get special summoned by pendulum, although it must be able to, right? But I think the scales, we have scales 1 through 9. Okay. But this one, I don't think we have a Twinkle Little Star yet. So this one, I think in the TCG as it stands, cannot get pendulum summoned yet because Wild Hope only can target another scale to make it level 8, and not above 8. You need Twinkle Little Star for that. My monster effect is if this card is normal special, you can target one, just one, face-up monster you control. It loses 1,000 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control until the end of this turn. When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, you can want to best script spell card in your grave, set that card. So that's pretty decent effect, not gonna lie. Evil Heal looking pretty strong, but only gonna be really very, very potent when it hits the field in a big pendulum summon with Twinkle Little Star in the pendulum scale. Next, we have Abyss Actor, Superstar, scale 3. Let's go ahead and find out if this is actually the Superstar of the deck. Scale 3, pendulum effect is once per turn you contribute one Abyss Actor monster, then target one Abyss script spell card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Monster effect, when normal or special summon, your opponent's spell, trap cards, and effects cannot be activated. Once per turn, you can set one Abyss spell card directly from your deck, but it is sent to the graveyard during the end phase. So that's actually pretty decent. Your opponent cannot activate spells and traps in response, so it's sort of like a cold wave once it hits the board, and you can set any Abyss script from your deck to your field. And I like that because most of the Abyss scripts are just normal spell cards and continuous, which means you can flip them up in the same turn, so you don't even need to worry about them leaving the field at the end phase by its effect, because you can just most likely just activate them before that effect has a chance to kick in. And then the pendulum effect, add an Abyss script spell card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That's pretty decent as well, helps to recycle some of your Abyss scripts. We're going to keep going through these. We got the sassiest of rookies here. Scale level 2, pendulum effect is an Abyss Actor monster you control would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. You can destroy this card instead, so it basically acts as a decoy if something else would be destroyed in the field. Not a bad effect to have. The monster effect, oh my god, would you look at that paragraph. The first time this card would be destroyed by battle with card effect each turn, it is not destroyed, okay. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's monster zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, this is where it gets good. You can special summon one level 4 or lower Abyss Actor monster from your deck, except Abyss Actor Sassy Rookie. If this card is in your Pendulum zone is destroyed, you can target one level 4 or lower monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So that effect is actually, it's okay. I just like the fact that it's hard to get rid of. It needs to be destroyed up to 2 times. That one's not too great, but it's probably got its utilities as most of them do. Wild Hope, this is the one that helps change scales, I believe. Pendulum Scale, level 2. Once per turn, you can target one other Abyss Actor card in the other Pendulum Zone. Its Pendulum Scale becomes 9 until the end of the turn. Okay, so forget everything I said. Delete your comment if you said it. If that I was wrong, you cannot Pendulum Summon an Evil Heal right now, but you actually can. I thought Wild Hope only went up to 8, but apparently it does 9, so you can Pendulum Summon your Evil Heal. So that's pretty nice. Didn't realize that. Then until the end of the turn, also you can special summon monsters the rest of the turn except Abyss Actors, even if this card leaves the field. So one thing to note about that right there is it says you can add special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for Abyss Actors, but that is the only one that says that. There is no other Abyss Actor, at least in the TCG that we have right now, that says you can only Pendulum Summon Abyss Actor monsters. And why is that so important? Because you can play other stuff with the deck, like you saw that Abyss Actor Dark World dual video from a little while back. The reason why that was able to work is because you can Pendulum Summon monsters that aren't Abyss Actors. So you just mix stuff in with the deck, and that's pretty nice. But this is the one restrictor card that you're gonna have to watch out for. But it does allow you to Pendulum Summon this guy, which is pretty good. So I definitely do like, and I think it's a fair restriction to have the monster effect, however, which is once per turn you can make this card gain 100 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control with different names until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effects, you can add one Abyss Actor card from your deck to your hand except himself, and then you can only use this effect once per turn. So yeah, that's a pretty decent effect. Gains 100 attack for each Abyss Actor with a different name. With 1600 attack, that's not too noteworthy. If he had better stats, I'd say, you know, maybe that's pretty good. You can get him really, really beefy. But unless you're getting really big Pendulum Summons, I don't see him gaining too much attack off of that. If this card would be destroyed by battle card effect, you add an Abyss Actor card from your deck to your hand. So that's also nice. I definitely think that's a good effect. And then we got the Pretty Heroine, or the Leading Lady, as it's been named here in the TCG. Once per turn, when you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, you can activate one of these effects. So it's got multiple effects here in the Pendulum Scale. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to the damage you took, even if this card leaves the field. Add one face-up Abyss Actor monster, or Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, with attack less than or equal to the damage you took. So it does have, well, I guess it doesn't really apply to how much attack this one has. But some of these here in the TCG have pretty low attack. Funky Comedian and Extra. Hell, even Sassy Rookie's got 700 attack. So you could take quite a bit of damage over some of these, but I don't really see you adding anything too great unless you take a whole bunch of damage. In that case, you're probably getting OTK'd. So I don't think that effect really would matter. Loses attack equal to battle damage. I don't know. That's not really too great either. Monster effect. Once per turn, when battle damage is inflicted, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to the battle damage. When this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's monster zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can set one Abyss Script spell card from your deck. Again, not too worthy other than just the fact that you get to send an Abyss Script. Because some of these Abyss Scripts are really, really good, and you'll get to see that in a moment. And then we got Twinkle Little Star, which I do not think this one is in the TCG yet, but it will be soon. I have no idea when. Do not ask in the comments. I don't know. Unless you want to ask somebody else, then that's fine. By all means, post away. So its Pendulum effect reads as is. You cannot Pendulum Summon monsters except Abyss Actor monsters. This effect cannot be negated once per turn. You can target one Abyss Actor monster you control this turn. It makes second and third attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Also, other monsters you control cannot attack, even if this card leaves the field. So you can basically target one of your Abyss Actor's monsters, and it can make a second and third, a tertiary attack on monsters, however. That's where they get you. On monsters, you're reading like second attack, third attack on monsters, so you can't just OTK with an Evil Heal for 9,000 damage. I know. And this is also one that says you cannot Pendulum Summon monsters except for Abyss Actor, so they're starting to tighten down on that restriction a little bit more as soon as this card will come out. Then the monster effect is cannot be destroyed by battle during your turn. This card can make a second and third attack on monsters during each battle phase. With 1,000 attack, I don't think you're going to be attacking that many monsters. I don't know, that's just me though. And then the next one we have is Dandy Supporting Actor, and I think I heard around the space that this is one of the better ones that we don't have yet. When you pendulum summon a monster or monsters, you can have one face up level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. If you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your pendulum zones, you contribute this card to one level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor pendulum monster that is either in your hand or face up in your extra deck, and then you can only use the effect of Abyss Actor Dandy Supporting Actor once per turn. So this one can summon out either an extra or a funky comedian, or it just summons out an evil heal for free. You know, that's why I think this one is so good, is because it can get out your evil heal very, very fast. It summons a level 1 or level 8, so it's either going to be extra funky comedian or your evil heal, and we all know what evil heal does when he hits the field. Very, very good card. So I think this one is definitely one of the better ones. Then we have Funky Comedian. Once per turn, you contribute 1 Abyss Actor monster, then target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control. It gains attack equal to the original attack of tribute monster until the end of this turn, even this card leaves the field. And they have this whole thing with changing attack and everything, so maybe playing Overworked and the deck would be pretty good. Or Rag to 0, if the deck can even make rank 4s aptly. If this card is normal or special summon, you can make this card gain 300 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control. Until the end of this turn, you can target 1 other Abyss Actor monster you control. It gains attack equal to this card's current attack until the end of this turn. This card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated, and then you can only use 1 of its effects once per turn. And that one's kind of mediocre. And then next, Abyss Actor Extra, the 9th and the final Abyss Actor that we have to talk about, is a Pendulum Scale 3, which does, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone, and you can only use this effect of Abyss Actor Extras once per turn, so it's sort of like a Cyber Dragon. If it's in your scale, they got monster. Yeah, if your opponent just controls a monster, so it's a little bit more forgiving than Cyber Dragon. If they just have a monster, you just boom, summon it out. And then monster fighters, you contribute this card, place 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can have special summon monsters. You have to Abyss Actor monsters, nor activate the Pendulum effects of Abyss Actor Extra, nor activate the Pendulum effect of Abyss Actor Extras. You can only use the effect of Abyss Actor Extra. Okay. Okay, I see. I see why they'd want to do that. Next, we have Abyss Script Rise of the Dark Ruler. This one is the money. So it's basically just a normal spell and targets 1 face-up card. Target face-up cards in the field up to the number of attack position Abyss Actor monsters with different names you control, destroy them. If you control a level 7 or higher Abyss Actor monster, your opponent can activate cards or effects in response. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response. Spell speed 4, ladies and gentlemen. And if the set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, too bad it's opponent's card effects, you just MST it. And you have face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can add up to 2 Abyss Actor cards and or Abyss Script spell cards as their names from your deck to your hand. So it searches a lot when it's destroyed. Twin Twister's a pretty viable card in the game, MST. Pretty valuable card in the game, so this card could definitely get hit pretty easily, allow you to search 2 cards, and then you target cards on the field up to the number of attackers and Abyss Actors you have, and you just destroy them, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response. It targets, it's a little meh, yeah, I get that, but it's still pretty decent for the deck. And then we have Opening Ceremony. Abyss Script, gain 5 and life points for each Abyss Actor monster you control. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor monster in your extra deck, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. You can only use this effect of Abyss Script's Opening Ceremony once per turn. You can draw until you have up to 5 cards in your hand. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. And then we have Abode of the Fire Dragon, or Fire Dragon's Lair. Target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control. If it destroys your opponent's monster by battle this turn, your opponent banishes 3 monsters from their extra deck, their choice, to keep in mind, but still 3 cards in the extra deck gone. If the sack card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and also banish 1 monster from their extra deck. And then you can only use this effect of Abyss Script Fire Dragon's Lair once per turn. So that's pretty good too. You can look at their extra deck and banish one. Maybe you want to banish the one of Norden, one of Alcahest, whatever you want to do. Really, really good card. Moving on, we have Fantasy Magic. So Fantasy Magic basically does target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control this turn. Every monster that battles it, but is not destroyed, returns to the hand at the end of the damage step. If the set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, place it on top of the deck. That effect's a little slow, a little situational, and I just don't like this card very much at all. And then we have Escape Stagecoach, which is Abyss Stage Prop. And the only Abyss Stage Prop card I think that we have. It is continuous though, so it's important to take note of that. Basically, the first time each Abyss Actor monster control will be destroyed by battle. Each turn it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can target 1 Abyss Actor monster you control. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field, so it turns 1 of your Abyss Actors into a Magispector. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can return all cards your opponent controls to the hand. That is actually really busted. That doesn't target, that's non-targeting removal for the whole field. A little situational though, but the fact that most of these cards allow you to set this card directly from your deck to your field makes it even better, so I actually really like that card a lot. And then the only trap card we have is Abyss Actor's Backstage. If you have 2 Abyss Actor cards in your Pendulum Zone, add 2 Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck to your extra deck face up. Yeah, you can only activate 1 Abyss Actor Backstage per turn. So the way I see this is this basically loads up your extra deck for a Pendulum Summon, which is actually really unique. I don't think I've ever seen a card that does that, that just takes 2 Abyss Actors from your deck and just adds them to your extra deck face up. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen a deck just be able to go straight from the deck to the extra deck to fuel a Pendulum Summon, so that's really nice. You can load up your extra deck with a lot of really good stuff that you want to Pendulum Summon, so I do like that. I think the Archetype overall is solid, a little inconsistent, a little situational. Some of these Abyss Script cards and some of their effects are kind of gimmicky with the changing of attack, but like I said, you can play cards like Overworked, or maybe you'll rely on Ragnus Hero to clear massive amounts of cards on your opponent's side of the field because they're going to have different attacks. I don't know. That's just a thought. Let me know what you guys think. And also, I forgot to mention this in the last feature arc we did for Dark Lords, but please, if you guys have a suggestion for the featured Archetype series, please do leave a suggestion down in the comments. Just scroll down. Be like, you should do blah 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 for the next featured Archetype. Can be old, can be new. I don't care. As long as we haven't done it yet, feel free to just leave a suggestion because I'm going to need you guys' help with this to continue the life of the series. And that would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We're almost at 3,400 subs when I'm recording this. So yeah, probably about 3,400 by the time this goes up. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Winterkill signing out. We'll see ya in the next one.